playing this game, things are going well, and I'm thinking to myself, now this is a nice change of pace. Because here's a game I expected to suck, because it's called Butt-Ugly Martians, and that sucks. This thing doesn't suck. I'm actually having fun with this thing. In fact, once this thing really gets moving, I bet Butt-Ugly Martians is going to be a lot of fun. Then you can't get your foot off the brake. So this thing's like a car stuck in traffic on a highway. You start it up, the engine roars, it's awesome because robots, and it just sits there. That's Butt-Ugly Martians, B.K.M. battles. A really nice car stuck in rush hour. So this game was released in 2002, and apparently it's based on a TV show. I'm not gonna lie to you, I have no idea. What I do know is, this is a side-scrolling shooter, and at least for a while, it's kind of an awesome one. Control a group of 3 robots, each with different attributes, and you can switch between them whenever you want. Every level has enemies to blow up, keys to collect, and doors to unlock. That's pretty much the entire game. Find the key, go through the gate. Shoot the same enemies. Maybe take a nap. Butt-Ugly Martians is kind of a tough game to review because it really does a lot of things right. There are things about this game that make you want to love this game, perhaps none more so than the robots themselves. I mean, yes, there are only 3, but it's a fun little squad. Each one has differences in speed and power, things like that, and from there you can upgrade them individually, so you get to choose how to level up your team. You can go for a more balanced approach, or you could just completely ignore balance. I did that. Balance is something cowards do. And I think that was the most enjoyable thing about Butt-Ugly Martians, is you blow up enemies, they leave behind these little stars, and those stars are how you upgrade. Each color upgrades a different area, collect enough stars to fill an upgrade bar. That's simple. But the problem is, the game design is a little too simple. Like, it looks awesome and everything, but then you realize, wait, I'm shooting the same turrets over and over, and these levels are always the same thing. Find the key, find the door, find the next key. Ugh, you could get bored to death. And actually, that part of the game sucks, the key hunting. And that's like 90% of the game. See, every level has an exit, but to get to that exit, you have to unlock a bunch of doors first. That means flying around these big, maze-like levels, tracking down the keys, going back across the level to go through the door it opened, and then finding the next key. There are really 2 problems with it. One, that tight, close-up GBA camera, which makes exploring a maze a pain in the ass, and also the repetition and the emptiness of the levels. It just gets incredibly boring, which a shooter should never be. The presentation isn't as bad, but it's also kind of deceptive. Like, the game looks good in a technical sense, but the art is pretty generic. You know, it just looks like any other side-scrolling shooter, really. Unfortunately, the sound's a bit better, but again, it's not especially memorable. It's kind of a recurring theme of this game. But again, I've never seen the show, so this could be just like the show, which would then mean it's the show that's not especially memorable. My guess is both have that problem. But still, though, it controls well, it plays well, the weapons are cool. Like I said, there's a lot to like about this game. And the weapons actually stack up as you go along, like Gradius. So you turn into this complete badass. And again, that stuff's awesome. But the levels are boring, and the objectives get as repetitive as the enemies, which is pretty repetitive. But it's not as bad as the title suggests, but Butt-Ugly Martians B.K.M. battles isn't as awesome as the weapons suggest either. Big thanks to Samuel from Fort Worth, Texas for sending this one in. I actually did have some fun with it, until it turned into key cards in space. Key cards can stay in space, by the way.